Today let's start in a supine position, Sirsasana, corpse posture or pose of serenity, to give ourselves time to prepare for the session ahead, in which we will practice headstand and shoulder stand, the king and queen of all asanas. So bring yourself to lay down onto the mat. Extend and stretch your legs away from your torso. Create space in the trunk of your body, and then release your toes out to the sides, heels point towards each other. Allow your arms to roll out and away from the body. Have the knuckles into the mat. The palms of the hands face the ceiling. Let your fingers curl naturally and allow there to be space between your fingers. Lengthen through the back of the neck by drawing the chin down slightly toward the chest. And really soften and let go. You want to start taking longer breaths in and more full and complete breaths out, so that you calm the nervous system. Clear the mind too. Leave any cares or worries that you may have outside of the room. They will still be there, and you may go back to tend to them later, but for now, this precious time you devote to yourself, to the discovery of your body, your mind, your infinite potential. See this as an adventure, whereby you come to know yourself better and you give yourself the chance to develop new personal skills and abilities. Let's take a breath in and bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet into the ground. Let's bring your left hand to your heart center, your right hand onto the tummy just beneath the belly button. And breathe. Very gently allow your knees to drop to the left. Breathe in, draw them back to the center, and then allow them to gently drop over to the right. Bring them back to the center. Breathe in, bring the hands up over the head, allow the elbows to bend so they're completely relaxed. When you next exhale, let the knees drop over to the left, turn your head to look to the right. Breathe in, drawing back through that central position, and then exhaling, drop the knees to the right and bring the head to look to the left. And then return to a central position. And to your next breath in, scoop yourself into a little ball, and then exhale, roll yourself up. Bring yourself round onto your knees. So headstand is Sirsasana. It's the king of all asanas. It's an inverted position. You're going to exchange the flow of blood. So if you are new to yoga and you've just come across this video and playing it for the first time, you may want to watch first before attempting. You may also want to go back to day one and follow the lessons from there on in. The headstand takes some time to perfect, and it's good to practice it on a regular basis at the lower foundations. We're going to go through each level today, so it's totally fine for you to join in, but possibly watch through first, and do take your time. And if you're an absolute beginner, have a wall in front of you so that when you go up into the headstand, you have got that support there. Okay, so we're going to start at the ground level and work up. Firstly, we need to acknowledge that when we go into a headstand, our hands and our head are what are going to be having our weight distributed into them. That said, we then need to make our hands quite a nice wide surface area for our body weight to disperse through. So we want to extend those hands and make a nice grounding of them with the mat. Have your middle fingers pointing straight ahead of you and have your hands shoulder width apart. Your head is going to come down to the mat to make a triangle shape alongside the placement of your two hands. So take a breath in, lift the buttocks and bring the head to the mat. Take a moment or two to adjust and then turn the toes under, breathe in and lift the buttocks. Again, just adapt into the position and then slowly walk the toes into you, in towards you. It might get to the point where the toes actually just want to rise up themselves, but before you get to that point, just have a moment or two, a couple of breaths to accommodate yourself into the position. And then bring your left upper thigh on top of your left upper arm. And then let's swap that and do it with the right side. And then go with the right side and then see if you can put the left leg up onto the left arm as well. So it's good to stay here for as long as you feel comfortable so that you can adjust and adapt. And then release. Bring the knees down, turn the toes under and stay low for another couple of moments to allow yourself to release. Let the breath flow. Restack the bones of the spine, keep the chin to the chest and come up. And you come up nice and slowly because you have now a rich supply of oxygenated blood in your head. So you want to allow the levels to adjust. So that was the foundation for practicing headstand. And if this is your first time coming to face this position, then ensure that you regularly practice that foundation for a while. If you feel you have the ability to go on to the next step, then fine. If you are a beginner, please have a wall as support. And this time we're going to link our fingers and we're going to place them on the mat. The weight of our body is now going to distribute between elbow, forearm and hand on both sides. It's also going to be utilising the energy and strength in the upper arms. You want to ensure that your teeth are unclenched and your neck and throat are relaxed. Have your elbows shoulder width apart. Bring your head to be cupped into the hands. Turn your toes under. Take a nice deep breath in and raise the hips and the buttocks. And again, gently walking those toes in towards you to the point where they just feel they want to lift. Now here you can bend the knees and bring the heels of the feet close towards the buttocks. So practice here as well. This is another part of the foundation of the posture. You grow strong here. If you feel that you are wobbling, then do not proceed any further yet. It's better to be strong in the lower parts of the position. And then in tune with your breathing, because your breath is your guide, it will tell you when you have the strength and balance to straighten the legs. Avoid allowing all your body weight to crash down into your head. Remember, have that sense and feeling that you are rising up into the soles of your feet. Breathe. Focus on a spot on the mat in front of you or on the wall, in line with your vision. And then nice and gently and with control begin to bend the knees and fold the thighs in towards the trunk of the body, engaging your core strength. Moving nice and slowly. Extending those legs, bringing the toes down towards the mat and then walking them back. Remaining consciously aware of the fresh, rich flow of oxygenated blood in the brain. So bring yourself into child pose now, where the buttocks draw back towards the heels of the feet. Relax in the upper back, release the upper back muscles. Have your fingers travelling in the same direction as your toes. You might like to just gently massage across the forehead by rolling from side to side. And then gently restacking the bones of the spine. Keep the chin on the chest until the shoulders are over the hips, and then you can rise up. And then bring yourself round into a neutral cross-legged position to take a couple of moments to feel that replenishment, that sense of vital energy now streaming through the blood flow, through your arteries, through your veins. Sit tall, close the eyes and just absorb. So, Sirsasana, headstand, the king of all asanas. Now let's look at Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand, queen of all asanas. Be aware that it is better to not practice this if you are on your menses. And if when you go up into the position you feel any ringing in the ears, then exit safely immediately. The position is possibly not for you today. It could be to do with your blood pressure. So it's always good to move consciously and with caution and listen to anything the body is trying to tell you. With that said, let's get ourselves into shoulder stand. Now once you go up into shoulder stand, do not move your head or neck. The whole time you want your chin to be near the chest and your gaze to be towards the legs or up to the ceiling. You will be resting on the back of the neck here, on the nape, and just deep down behind that is the hypothalamus, which regulates hormone release. So this is a great position for identifying any hormone misalignments or to do with your metabolism, your metabolic rate. If you have a sluggish metabolism, Sarvangasana will help speed it up, and vice versa. If you have a very fast metabolism, Sarvangasana will bring it to regulate. Okay. So to get to Sarvangasana, we're going to rock back and roll up. You might want to watch first. And you can use your hands to help the momentum. So you will be breathing in to go back, and you want to be flipping your toes over and then up. So be aware that if when you first go back you can't get anywhere, just take your time and you can rock the feet and you can use the hands to collect the buttocks and then lift them, and in time you can get your hands into the base of the spine to lift. If you really feel that you can't get anywhere to the lift part, then practice this position here for a good while, because even this is giving some of the benefits that Sarvangasana give, because you're draining the blood from the legs, and the next time you stand up you'll have a nice new rich in oxygen supply of blood. And you can do this up a wall. So, and then you could just do some of this rocking backwards and forwards. Remember, patience and perseverance is the key. So let's get ourselves up into shoulder stand. Use the hands to press deep into the base of the spine. You might want to open the mouth and swallow, just to clear the airways. So from here there are several variations that we can practice. You can keep the right leg straight whilst you travel the left sole of foot down the inside of the right leg, keeping that left knee out to the side. And then take it back up and let's swap. So travel the right foot down the inside of the left leg, relaxing that right hip and allow it to rest outwards. And then take it back up and then bring the soles of the feet together and draw the heels down towards the pubis.
And then take them up. And keep the right leg lifted and bring the left leg down. See if you can do that. It doesn't matter if the toes don't go down. You could even have a chair placed just in front of the head so that when you bring the foot down it can rest onto the chair. And then we'll swap. And then very gently we could come into Halasana, plow position, bringing both legs over the head, toes onto the mat, and think about lifting your hamstrings up toward the ceiling. And breathe. If you can, go further, if you think you're able to, but remembering no force, no stress, and to listen and observe the body closely. You could bring the knees to rest onto the forehead, or you could separate the knees and bring them either side of the ears and cross the arms over into choke pose. And then gently return into Halasana. You could see if you can bring the fingers to link. Or if you need to continue to have them supporting the spine, then do so. And then let's bring our fingertips round to meet our toes. We're going to slowly descend by allowing each vertebra of the spine to connect with the mat. And to do this, keep the thighs as close to the trunk of the body as you can. Keep the fingers connected with the toes until each bone of your spine is connected. And you get to the point where the fingertips have to let go of the toes. Allow your hands to rest over the head, and you can slowly lower the feet. I might just have to switch up a bit. So this is where the control and activation of the stomach muscles once again comes in. And then once they reach the floor, let go. The ground beneath you is there to support you. Release and let go of your body weight. Allow the toes to drop away from each other. The heels point towards each other. Let the hands roll away from the hips. The backs of the hands, the knuckles, rest into the mat. The palms of the hands face the ceiling. Allow the fingers to curl naturally. And pay attention to the temperature of the air that is touching in the palms of the hands, touching on the soft flesh of the palms of the hands. And notice how it differs from the temperature which is touching on the flesh of the soles of your feet.
Let the heavy weight of your body rest into the mat. Gently draw your chin down towards your chest. Rest centrally on the back of your skull. Soften the skin on your face, especially around the cheeks, the eyes and the forehead. Allow the skin to smooth back toward the hairline. Allow your eyes to close and the eyeballs to rest back into their sockets. Peel the tongue away from the roof of your mouth and allow it to float centrally in your mouth. Part the teeth slightly, and as the tongue relaxes, it will touch on the teeth. Allow the shoulders to loosen, to soften and to let go. Allow the heavy weight of your body to loosen, to soften, to let go. Let the mind clear. Release any clutter of the mind, any unnecessary thoughts, feelings, emotions, anything that has expired. Let it go. In your mind's eye, see a window. Open that window and release your clutter and acknowledge as you see it burn up and disintegrate into the atmosphere. So the mind now feels clearer, lighter. And as mind and body unite, you experience a new sense of release. You feel lighter, almost weightless, like a feather. You can float upwards. And if the mind begins to wander, pull it back to focus on the rise and fall of your chest. And then, very slowly, wiggle your toes and your fingers and brush the thumbs across your fingertips. Bring back the senses of the body, your sense of touch. You can feel the material against your skin. Your sense of taste. Lick the lips and swallow. Your sense of smell. Be aware of any smells on or around you. And your sense of sound. And to sharpen your hearing, listen outside of the room to any distant noises that you may be able to tune into. And then your sense of sight. open your eyes and become aware once again of your surroundings. Take a deep breath in and draw the knees in towards your chest and give yourself a hug. You might want to rock from side to side. Bring the feet onto the mat, hip width apart. Just bring your hands above your head, elbows bent so they're nice and relaxed. To an exhalation, just drop your knees to the left. Breathe in, come through centre. Exhale, drop your knees to the right. Breathe in, come through centre. And roll yourself up to your neutral position of Sukhasana, happy posture. And bring the hands to the heart. Give thanks for your practice. Have gratitude for all that is good in your life. Focus on the good. Plant seeds of good intention. Make your outer world reflect your inner world and vice versa. And stay safe in the knowledge that your yoga practice will bring you benefits always. Yoga is a way of life.